Hi, everyone. Welcome to Financial Insights. I'm Linda, your accounting coach. So, we're starting a new series this month about how to prepare for tax season for small business owners. Yes, tax season is almost upon us. So, fall is here, it's football season. It's a great time to get started. So, throughout the month, we'll give you a couple tips on how to prepare so your tax season is not stressful. So, what you may ask yourself, well, what is the number one step to prepare for taxes? So, step number one is actually finding a tax preparer. So, this is a perfect time to find a tax preparer because you can schedule a couple interviews and see how you and that taxpayer mesh together. So, you don't want to wait January, February, or even April and say, oh, I need to find a tax preparer. So, being a business owner, one of the responsibilities is filing your taxes. I've met many business owners that have not filed their taxes for a couple years, that may be a year behind, but this is just one of the things that you have to do. It's not everyone's favorite thing to do, but you have to prepare, you have to submit your taxes. So, number one step, find a tax preparer. So you may ask yourself, well, once I get that discussion going, what questions do I ask? So here's a couple questions. Number one, ask a tax preparer, okay, what are your credentials? Every tax preparer, they should have some continuing education that they're involved in. If they're a CPA, you can look up to make sure that their license is still active. All tax preparers should have a tax preparer PIN number, and you can Google that just to make sure they're registered with the IRS. So ask them, what's their background? How long have they been doing taxes? Number two, you want to ask them, are you familiar with the state and local agencies that I have to file taxes with? So if you are a product based, that means you have sales tax, you may have food tax. So you want to make sure your tax preparer is familiar with those type of taxes. Number three, you want to ask, have you ever prepared taxes in my sector? Particularly if you are in a very niche sector, you want to make sure that they have some familiarity with preparing taxes in your sector. Another question, very important, ask them, how do you determine fees? So many times a tax preparer, they'll give you a flat rate. However, once they start digging in, sometimes they may have to charge you additional fees. So if your books are not up to date, if you have not filed in a while and they have to go back and file for a couple years or amend, that's additional fee. So you want to make sure you understand what their fee structure is. Lastly, you want to ask them, okay, what is your tax preparation process looks like? And what that means is, okay, how do you submit documents? Do you have to submit documents? You have to upload documents. Is there checkpoints? Do you have to talk to them throughout the tax season? So you want to understand what their tax process is so you know what to expect. A lot of times small business owners feel like a lot of things are on the tax preparer, but really it's on the small business owner because you have to submit all of those documents. You have to answer the questions. So you have to remember the tax preparer, they're coming in at the end of the year, so they may see things that you may not see. So don't get concerned if they start asking questions. So that's their job. So their job is to just make sure that you pay the taxes that you need to pay. So hopefully these questions are helpful when you schedule a potential interview with a tax preparer. I would definitely recommend that you start this week and start looking for potential tax preparers. And if you already have a tax preparer, it's always a good idea to interview other tax preparers, see how they operate, see if that's a better fit. So hopefully these questions are helpful. Make sure that you share, comment, and like, and we'll see you next time. Take care.